Hello. Welcome to Gets My Goat for another episode to wind these fuckers up. I got my three favourite comedians with me yet again. We're going to see if we can really fuck them off this week. We got Esther Manito! Hi, Esther.
Hiya!
Remind everybody where you are in the UK.
East London.
East London, babes.
Oh, I
East
said it like
London.
that. East London.
East London. We got Danny Poe still back. Danny!
Yeah.
You right, love? Whereabouts are you in the UK?
I'm in Hartlepool.
Of course you are, posh Hartlepool. And we've got the fabulous Dee Maxwell back with us. Hiya, Dee.
Hi, how are you?
And remind everybody where you are in the UK, Dee.
I don't know. I'm having a nervous breakdown.
Yeah,
I think I'm about Glasgow.
She's having issues with her internet, so she might be on a 2-second lag behind the rest of us. But do not worry, she's there. She's with us. This is Gets My Goat. If you're watching at home, please share the link so we can get more viewers. And you can also join in live as we get on. Tell us what things you piss you off. Just watch Dee and Danny chat. Fucking funny as fuck. There we go. So this is Gets My Goat, a show that chats about things that gets on people's goats. We've got these three that are gonna. They've got loads of topics here they're gonna explore that fucks them off, and we're gonna just explore how we can get Danny to have a heart attack this week. This is fantastic. Like I said, if you're watching at home, you can join in and tell us what pisses you off. We're gonna go straight on, Esther. We'll go for one of yours, Esther. People who end your
sentences.
Hey!
Really fucking annoying. Really annoying. And it's a really bizarre personality trait when you're just like, so I was going to, and they're like the shops, and you're like, no, I was going somewhere else, but I've forgotten now my trail of thought because you've now interrupted that. And you end up almost kind of battling with them to get to the end of the sentence first because they're like, oh, and you were doing that. It's like, why don't you just fuck off and let me speak?
What about
I'm a delight.
What about if people have got a bit of a stutter? Do you want to finish there?
No. Don't you think that'd be really rude? I think it'd be really rude if someone had a stutter and you were just like, come on, hurry up, you idiot.
You know, you're like, do I need to help you out? I don't know. Are you all right? I can't stay here all day, and I know what you're going to say, but you're struggling to get it out. Danny, do you finish people's sentences?
No, I think it is annoying. I mean, your phone does it for you anyway, and I think we've touched upon this before. It's like predictive texting, isn't it? You know, when they finish your sentences for you. But there is times I think it is appropriate to finish someone's sentence when they say things like, "Oh, I was at the so and so the other day, and I was doing this," and then they think of a word that they can't think of, and they're going, "Oh, what's the word again? What's the word again?" And you know the word, and they don't. You know, so I don't feel like that's rude when you do it then. But it does.
Or you don't know the word.
What my fucking story is, you know what I mean?
Or you don't know the word.
I do it with my children though, because a woman, I don't know, she made a video, it's gone viral, you must have seen it, where she was like parents on lockdown, and it's this little kid in the background going, you know, when, and she just like guzzles wine, and it's so fucking spot on. Because your child's just there, and my son will do it, and he's like, you know, the bottle that I drank from yesterday that had the purple lid and the logo down the side, and I drank black. I'm like, I know what your bottle looks like, so I'm therefore doing exactly what
shit that you already know, but because the kids, you can't really lose your shit with them
in a lot of detail, very slowly.
Danny's speaking from a point of view where that he has no kids. You can lose your shit with kids. You just need to do it behind closed doors.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I wouldn't know.
Visible. Dee, we'll see if Dee is with us. Dee, finishing people's sentences.
Not today.
Oh, Dee,
not so today stressed. Because the time I said something, the show was fucking finished.
Exactly. Well, you start the sentence and we'll finish it. Exactly. We'll start the show and you finish the show in about half an hour's time.
The irony is that you started with that, and we've got to finish these sentences because we simply don't have the time.
I'm scared of this.
You know what pisses me off, right? Is when you finish people's fucking. Yeah, we've already done that one day. That was the first one of the show. You know what I mean?
Right, here we go. We're going to go forward with one of Dee's topics. I'm terrified. What I'm going to do is say the topic first, and then talk to the audience. D, people who fancy you once you are thinner. If you're watching at home, please share the link so we can get more viewers, and you can also join in with your comments. D. We had this conversation. Yeah. D, people
Listen, let me just talk through the whole show and it'll lag all the way through. Then I'll just talk absolute shite. Tell everyone to donate a fucking £100 before I have a fucking breakdown.
Who's your internet with? Is it Virgin?
Oh, bastards.
Yes. So D, people who fancy you once you are thinner.
Are assholes.
Are assholes. And that is all she has to say on the matter. Me and Dee talked about this the other day. I always say, because I don't get fatted up or anything, and I'm a big unit. I am a big unit, and I've never been thin. And I always wonder that if I lost a lot of weight and was really thin, would the blokes that never spoke to me before then start trying to chat me up? And if they did, I'd be really fucked off. I'd be an angry thin person. So I'd rather be a fat happy person than an angry thin person. Danny, would you? Amy is obviously beautiful. She's very slim. She's a dancer. But if there was a fat person, and then over the year that you knew them, they lost shitloads of weight and then turned into a beautiful thin person, would that change your opinion of them, or would you?
I mean, they're going to be beautiful just because they've lost weight. Because some people are big and they look lovely, and then they lose weight, and you're like, oh my god, did you look like they're about to die or something? Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't look good. Whereas like Amy, so say me and Amy are going to go on a diet. I love Amy's ass. Amy's got a big ass. Do you know what I mean? Not a big ass, but you know what I mean? It's got nice. It's got meat on it.
Backtrack.
He's not that far in the other room.
So what I do is I monitor her diet and I make sure she's not dieting too much, just to make sure that she doesn't lose that ass because it's lovely. Do you know what I mean?
You see me after then.
Sorry, you sounded very like R. Kelly then. You're like, I monitor her diet and she's only allowed out 3 times a day. It's like,
I monitor her diet to the point where she doesn't lose too much weight. Do you know what I mean? Not that I can tell her what she can and can't do, but I just think she looks beautiful the way she is. And if she did diet, she'd look ill. Do you know what I mean? I don't like when people lose too much weight.
How many calories in a Vimto lolly?
Sorry?
How many calories in a Vimto lolly?
Oh, 37. Is that right?
I don't know. Hey, you fucking weirdo.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know, Danny, because she's normal.
I would think fuck off. Exactly. Dee, can you join us? Can you join in with us? Are you there, Dee? No. Okay, Danny, we're going to go on to one of your topics now. Dee's just going to sit there and look pretty, aren't you, Dee?
Probably if someone calls from the other side.
Do you mean the other side as in, like, hell? We're going to see if Tara actually going to do a Britney Spears and shave all her hair off in a minute. You can write no. Danny, one of yours, Danny. Danny, one of your things that fuck you off. Now this makes me a little bit sad, Danny. What's wrong? Why are you fucked off with emojis?
Well, because certain emojis are just far too exaggerated. Do you know what I mean? Like, first of all, an aubergine does not resemble a penis. Because when I was drunk, I once tried to actually get an aubergine and try to sort of find the resemblance. I sort of put it.
It might not resemble yours, Danny.
Sorry?
It might not resemble yours.
No, because I just don't think it does look like an aubergine. I mean, what would you say is the closest thing to a penis with regards to food or with regards to an emoji? I suppose you can't just put a big black cock or a big white cock as an emoji, could you? Do you know what I mean? I suppose so. You do have to find an.
I've got a picture. Somebody sent me a dick pic. Oh, we've lost D. Somebody sent me a dick pic. We're going to be moving around the screen now. Somebody sent me a dick pic, and it looked like the sweet potato I was having for tea. So I've done that collage where I've put them together, and I show my friends. I'm like, sweet potato or penis, and they're like,
right. He had a red penis.
It was kind of like orange, like and sweet potato like. So when I show them the picture, exactly, I'm like to my friends, is it a sweet potato or a penis? And they're like, that's a fucking sweet potato. I'm like, penis! And they can't believe it.
They do come in different shapes and sizes. Well, do you know that song by the Beautiful South, Perfect 10? Wheel of Our Love in Different Sizes. A mate of mine told me years ago that song was about penises. And I believed him. She's a 10, but she wears a 12. Baby, keep a little 2 for me. Why am I penises? I don't know. Because, I mean, if someone's a perfect 10, then I am fucked on that department if I'm unclean.
Just imagine you just crying in your little study there with your aubergine out. It doesn't look like that.
Right, is we started talking about emojis and we've just suddenly sort of, I suppose I brought it up, didn't I, talking about penis.
Don't blame me and Esther for this shit.
We all have a great time when we talk about things like that. Also, as well, I just think that the
But we have such a nice time when we talk about your cock. Yes, no, it's great.
No, the thing is, though, right? Sexual parts are funny, aren't they? You know, when you talk about, like, when you were a kid, you used to sit there and go, Willie, like, and just giggle to yourself over the word Willie, you know.
I'm getting the gist of this now. Every week we come on, Danny brings up his penis and we start talking about it. Why have we fallen for it again, Esther?
I don't. This is essentially like a verbal
penis last week.
I'm sure we did.
Danny, what's your least favourite emoji?
Least favourite one, I think, is the laughing face because it's far too exaggerated. When people laugh, they just laugh. They just go, they don't sit there and go.
Well, you know, obviously, I can only talk from my experience, and that's what most of the audience is doing in front of me. So if you're not getting that same reaction, Danny, I don't know what to say,
well, obviously, I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know whether it's the fact that they've got sort of medical issues with their eyes when they laugh or something like that, because I've never seen people basically doing that thing, you know, when they're, and also as well, the wave pisses me off a little bit because this is for people who literally just like, I don't know, have you ever had a wave message from somebody on Facebook?
Yeah.
A wave message.
Stalker.
Yeah. And when they're nearby and stuff. You're like, well, what? You're nearby, what? Do you want me to come and meet you? Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Especially when you get one off your mum. I'm like, Mum, I've known you for years. Like, you've known me since day one. Do you know what I mean?
Well, like, especially when she's laid in the bed next to you.
I've known you for, some might say, all my life.
Why the fuck are you sending me a wave? You just say hello. I'm your son. Fucking hell.
Back. You know what I mean? He's not looking happy. Oh, love. We're talking emojis, darling. We're talking emojis. Honey,
that's an emoji. She's doing well. That's an emoji. The whole
favorite emoji. My favorite emoji is obviously the unicorn. Clapping hands, all like that. I do that one quite a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, because when you do that so much, you're like, oh, I need to do something. Yeah. You like that one?
To be fair, I do the thumbs up like normally in real life, like all the time. And it's got to the point where I find myself quite cheesy when I'm doing it. And I'm looking at that picture, I'm going, oh, I've done it then. Oh, fuck, I've done it then. Oh, I've done it on that one as well. Do you know what I mean? And it just turns into a bit, sort of turns
the eyes.
The eyes?
Yeah, you know, like the eyes that are just looking at that. Like that for me, just some. No,
that one that looks
like that.
Hello,
but that one,
I'm watching you.
No, it looks like it's like panicked eyes. It's like where they're looking to the side, and it's such a good response when someone just says something mental, or you get sent like a Facebook picture that someone else has put up that's really mental, and you can just do the eyes emoji.
I like that one. Anyone else been to McDonald's today, and someone has the emoji of the kid going, putting his hand up, like that one.
Yeah,
I used to remember when you were a kid, right? I remember when I was a kid because I didn't really know many answers, as you can probably establish from this show. So when I did know the answer, I used to get to the point where I would get so excited to the point where I would like use this hand to hold this hand to up. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously you put your hand up, and I go like I'm like get myself into a fucking full Nelson just to answer a maths question. You know what I mean?
Fucking Keener. Somebody else just put then about what was that comment from Lisa, Jim? It said, I don't like it when you only reply one emoji.
Yeah,
I do that quite a bit.
Do you?
Yes. I will say this, and he might be watching, and if he is fucking watching, brilliant. Oh, stinkhorn mushroom.
Oh, what food looks like a penis? Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Right.
Is that an emoji? Yeah, but that's not an emoji.
Is that what it looks like, Danny?
Mushroom.
It needs to be slightly less pointy.
Do you have a very knobbled end? And
yeah, it looks quite almost like crocheted.
Quite soft. Like if you chop this bit off, you know what I mean? And then obviously add the inches that are left there, and then put them here.
Lucky Amy. I will just say, and he might be watching tonight. There is a guy that just sends me random messages on my comedian page, to the point where I can't fucking I answer everybody, but I don't really know the guy, and he's a bit fucking weird, and he messages me just really random shit. So I've got to the point now where I've just gone. So all his messages to me have just got hoping that he could see that I'm not really, because if you don't message back, your message rating thing goes down, doesn't it? Yeah. So I'm hoping he'd just fuck off, but he won't. Asparagus is probably the best if there is one. Oh, very thin, Lisa. Very thin.
Yeah. I've got an idea. You know, like when when people message you all the time. One idea I had, but it slightly backfired on me. Someone messaged, and if they kept messaging me, they wouldn't leave me alone. So I messaged back saying, "Hi, this is Danny's manager. He is not on his Twitter a lot of the time, so apologies that he hasn't replied." And then they replied with, "Oh, so it's you who's got the shit grammar."
Oh, yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah,
that's amazing.
How amazing of a comeback is that?
Danny, you could have just told me. You could have just told me to stop messaging you, and I would have. We're going to go D. We're gonna have D all night in different rooms, at different points.
Just getting more angry.
Yeah, it's like she's in somebody else's house. It's like our episode of Through the Keyhole, isn't it? So all lives in our flat. It's D-Max.
She's gonna lose her shit, and she ain't even gonna talk about subjects tonight. She's just gonna lose her shit about the internet all night. D, are you all right, love? D, can you hear us?
I think it's not. I think it's a wee bit better. You're not lagging as much. I'm sitting right next. I'm sitting right next to the fucking router. I'm nearly in tap it.
Have you inserted the router?
I wish I'd inserted the fucking lethal injection earlier on.
Right, D, we'll go for one of yours. People who fart in public. D, tell us what pisses you off.
If anybody farted right now in front of me, I couldn't be responsible for my actions, because I would punch their head clean off their shoulders. And see somebody that farts and then goes, that's at me 2-1. I want to punch their head right off.
Now, I have a little bit of problems with my guts, and especially now since D, you love me every day. Every day you find out something a little bit more about me that you love. And because I've got a bad back at the moment, there's no holding in. I've got no holding in muscles, so they're just involuntary slipping out at the moment. But I hear you. I can't stand it if I'm walking behind like an old bloke and he just goes like, "Let's one rip," and I wouldn't mind if he went, "Oh, sorry." But he just does it, and I'm like, "But it's so loud. How can you pretend you haven't done that?" I don't tend to fart in public on purpose. I won't do it.
Do you know what my auntie did? My auntie farted the biggest fart that you could ever hear in the queue in a shop, and then turned round to the wee old innocent lady behind her and said, "Did you speak there?"
That is good though.
My son's got a favourite thing at the moment. I'll be sat somewhere incapacitated because I can't really move, and he'll just bend over in front of me, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And then he'll just fart, and I'm like, "I can't get up." Normally I'd get up and run. I can't, and I just sit there going, "Prick." Jim does this when we go shopping and blames me. Oh, Lisa, you've got yourself a good one there.
It is a classic.
If you have IBS, you can't help but thank you, Scott. I know it just it's even worse at the moment for me. Esther, if you hold farts in, it travels to your brain and causes shitty ideas. Thank you, Melanie. Are you a public farter?
No, I'm not a public farter. In fact, I would hold it in to the point that I would be in agony. Because at work, I never wanted to fart or poo at work. So I would come home and just be like, ugh. And I'm sure it's not good for you. But it is like, yeah. Because when I go, I fucking go.
Evening treat was what's the goss. We were talking about this on another show about would you shit at work, and I'm like all day long. Danny, are you a public farter?
To be honest, right, what I try and do, because I know it's rude, D, I completely get the fact that it's rude to fart in public, right? But what I do is I try and do like a silent one and then hope that no one smells it, and hope that if I am on a tube or something and I'm sat down, that I'm going to be getting off in a couple of stops and I can just let it off. And then, you know what I mean? But I do this thing where if I try and let a silent one off, it sort of half comes out. It just goes boom. And then I've got to do like this thing where I sort of like, I've got to like move side to side and open my ass to get the rest of it out. Do you know what I mean? Or if not, what I try and do is I try and do this thing where I sort of like, hang on, I just move this. I've got to do like a bit of a side step. Do you know what I mean? So if I'm walking along and the fart comes half out, I've got to do this thing where I've got to sort of go like that. Do you know what I mean? Like do like a little side step to open my bum cheeks to get the rest of the fart out. Tell you what's going to make you bark, D, is my granddad just used to let them out because his catchphrase was, wherever you be, let your wind go free. Church or chapel, let it rattle. So he just used to fart anywhere. Do you know what I mean? And I remember he'd fart and you'd go, oh, granddad, dirty bastard. And he'd go, what about tuppence trumps?
Yeah, I don't have as many of them anymore. Oh, Danny's frozen at that. I would just say quickly, if you ever go back to flying on aircraft, if I never sat in front of you, I will tell you that I will be farting the whole flight. You can't hear it, but you can definitely smell it. But because there's so many people, I'm like, oh, it's definitely me. If you sat behind me on a plane, it's definitely me. You're welcome. Jings, my wee boys. What? Silent but violent farts. Hardy, I met you at Hearty. See, this is Scottish fucking text here, D. You'll have to fucking read it for me. You can get that, yeah?
Scottish dictionary.
Well, I
got some of that.
So what I was saying,
I know.
What I was saying, D, which is going to make you bark, is my granddad didn't give a shit when or where he farted, and I'd say, "Oh, granddad, you dirty bastard," and he'd say, "Well, you're all right. I'm sitting in it."
I love a wet fart.
Your grandmother was a lucky woman. She was a lucky woman.
Exactly. Esther, we're going to go on. We're going to go on to one of your top topics. If you're watching this at home, please share the link so we get more viewers. You can also join in and tell us what fucked you off, what pisses on your chips, and you can share the link. That'll be fantastic so we can get more viewers, and you can also donate if you can. Esther, everyone who is coping under lockdown, what a bunch of cunts.
I think that's it, really. Everyone who's there on Instagram going, I'm just really appreciating it. I'm just really appreciating this quality time with my children. I'm just really appreciating some really lovely one-to-one time with my partner. I'm there just going, well, you can go fuck yourself, because I literally have got to know everybody in my family, and I think we'd be all just better off as friends than related.
I didn't realise how good I was at homeschooling and how enjoyable it is. We just love it as a family, especially dress up Friday.
I know, and people are like, don't you find you're having a lot more sex? I'm like, no, my husband wanks in the shed and I pretend like it doesn't happen. That's what happens in this house. Like, no, that's not happening. So no, as much as I love them all to death, we are literally driving each other crazy. And I would feel a lot more solidarity if everyone was just on social media going, rather than just really good at it.
I mean, some of us are having good days and bad days, but it's the ones that are pretending they're having all good days. You're fucking lying. Dee's like,
I mean, Dee's just shoved her internet router up her arse, so she's having a very bad day.
What I was going to say was, see, homeschooling, you can ram it right up your sphincter for a start. You know what I mean? Because lots of my friends are teachers, and they've all told me that kids are going to have to be retaught because you won't teach them in the proper manner that they're taught in the education. It's all a waste of time that you want to shove your child's head through book.
You're angry, aren't you, Dee? I like this. I'm going to read that. Melanie.
I'm sick of this virgin media. I'm sick of coming on these shows that I like to talk loads and it's not letting me. and I'm lagging, and that's what bugs me. Virgin Media is a prick.
Richard Branson is trying to silence you, Dee.
So fuck you, Richard Branson.
Yeah.
Natalie sends us all the bitches that have labelled their cleaning drawers and fridges. Now, Stacey Solomon does a hell of... Obviously, it's come from Mrs. Finch, but Stacey Solomon is one of the ones that copies it, and she makes fucking, like, shit out of twigs and a plastic fucking plant pot that she paints with Tipex. That's far too... You've got far too much time on your hands. The only way I cope with lockdown... Oh, what was that, Jim? Oh, parents who bang on about their kids on Insta all day. The only way I cope with lockdown is doing radio from my bedroom studio. Stop it.
I just admit something? I had such a bad day with homeschooling that I was feeling really judged that I mean, fictional judgment, but in my mind, I was like, I'm just going to get this done. And my daughter was having the biggest fucking meltdown. So I couldn't make her do the homeschooling. So my husband came down, I put the kids to bed, to find me crying over a Fire of London project, which I was doing to pretend that it was my child, just so that I wouldn't feel the judgment. And when it came back, I got it all fucking wrong. And the teacher was like, this isn't like you. Normally you kind of get stuff right. That wasn't the day it happened. None of this was right. And I was like, I can't even do a 6-year-old's project. It was like, no, I think it's time to step away from the homeschooling.
How many parents have done their fucking kids' homework over the...
I came down the next morning. She was like, why is there a Viking ship on the Thames? I'm like, no, just...
This is a true story, right? My head teacher, I threatened to smash his windows about 6 weeks ago when he said I could do better in a text, but he didn't mean it to me. Apparently, it was a general message. But I said that could do better with homeschooling. I'll come up through your window like a ninja and put your windows in, mate.
That's a great Netflix show. I'd love to see that.
If the school is down outside Glasgow, it's
in. So we've got the camera crew.
Yeah, we're going to go on. We're going to go on to another one of yours, Danny. If you're watching at home, please share the link. Tell us what gets your goat. This gets Danny's goat. Prices of healthy foods, Danny. Come on, tell us about it.
No wonder people are obese, right? A packet of blueberries is £3. A packet of blueberry muffins is £1. Where the fuck are they getting the blueberries for the muffins for? Do you know what I mean? It's an absolute piss take. If I was a parent, right, and I was on a certain wage, I would be like, pack the blueberries, they're good, they're healthy for my kids. Shall I get them or shall I get these muffins that have got blueberries in them for a fucking £1? But then again, are they real blueberries that are actually in these blueberry muffins? It's a load of bollocks. Do you know what I mean? I tell you what as well, I was at the shops the other week. I was getting me weekend's worth of wine in. And I was like, oh, do you know what? I haven't had watermelon in ages. I love watermelon. It's healthy for you. It was a fucking big one, right? So I put it on the counter, boom, and that'll be, they give me the price of how much it was. I went, whoa. So that's a bit expensive. I said, how much is the watermelon? He says, £5.90. £5. The watermelon was more expensive than a bottle of wine. I thought, no wonder people are fat and no wonder people are fucking alcoholics, because if you want to be healthy, it's fucking expensive.
Was it a whole watermelon or a pack?
Oh, it was a whole one.
Yeah, I got like...
Even still, they're picking up the fucking... You know what I mean? It's natural.
If you go abroad, I think the cheapest I bought a watermelon for worked out about 5p. And you're like, how the fuck are we selling them for so expensive when you can get one?
Yeah.
The supermarkets have put their prices up of everything. I think it's disgusting. They're all taking pay cuts and they've raised the price of food.
I was in Montenegro and I'm walking along and this bloke just sold melons. That's all he sold. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, he just makes a living out of selling melons. I was like, if he sold them in the UK, he'd make a fucking fortune. But they were about £1 a melon or something. You know what I mean? But I mean,
you should have said that to him.
You know what I mean?
Come over to England, you'd make a mint.
Yeah, you'd make a £5 a fucking melon. Do you know what I mean?
Danny?
I'm sure Alan Sugar hasn't latched onto that.
Danny, do you buy any of the supplements? Do you ever buy any of like the chia seeds or the golden flax seeds or things like that to add spirulina to add into your smoothies? Are you one of these health food people, or seaweed? What's them fucking seaweed strips that people eat from?
Do you know, I'm one of those people, right, that I'll go, oh, I've heard turmeric's really good for you, so I'll use turmeric in everything. and then I won't have it for ages, and then I'll see something else on the news. Turmeric's good for you. Oh fuck! I haven't had turmeric for 2 months. I'm gonna die. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm one of them people.
I am one of the people. I buy into all kinds of stuff. I have got chia seeds and golden linseeds, etc., etc. And stuff is fucking expensive. My mum, she's on Slimming World. Is it? Is raspberry a speed food? Something like that. Yeah. She goes through a punnet of raspberries a day. That's like £3 a day, and I'm like, what are you fucking doing? And the amount of fruit, since Mum and Callum have both been here, because I don't eat a lot of fruit, they're going through about half a ton of bananas every third day, which really fucks me up. I'm like, I was eating all this fucking fruit. Drink fruit flavoured alcohol, Jim said, 2 birds, 1 stone. D, healthy food? Do you buy a lot?
Well, of course I do. I've lost 7 stone nearly, so yeah. But I do it all through muscle food.
Yeah.
I'm about to lose another 2 stone. I'm going to lose another 2 stone when I kick fuck out my router when I get off this phone. So, the thing is, but all joking aside, I was a fitness instructor, right? So stick to your meats if you eat them. Bulk cook. Buy your flax seeds from the pet shop. Don't let them talk shite to you and say they're not able for humans, because they are. And buy all your stuff for the pound shop that goes off. That nobody buys the healthy stuff. It lies there for ages. So go to the pound shop and get your chia seeds for £1. It doesn't need to be expensive, but I get what you're saying.
I do get licks, for fuck's sake, man.
Exactly. I only get all me healthy stuff from the Aldi or Lidl sections. I don't buy it in, although I have been caught up getting stuff like rose harissa, and I bought amber sauce the other day, which was £6 off of Amazon. Anyway, I'm one of these people that if somebody tells me to buy something, I'll fucking buy it. You do know that superfoods are shite and don't work. Oh, well, there you go. See, I try telling my mother this. This is good. If you're watching at home, tell us what fucks you off. Somebody just comment there as if we were talking shite when we mentioned chia and turmeric. This is like, it's the same as like quinoa. Oh, what are you saying? Chia, turmeric. Is there a translate button? Exactly, Mark. Exactly. Quinoa and all that shit. If you're watching, please share the links so we can get more views. We're going to go on. Who should we go on to now? Let's go on to another one of D's. D, two-faced people. Tell us what fucks you off.
See, a lot of people don't like me because they brand me two-faced, and what they actually mean is that I'm not two-faced. Somebody says to me, D, somebody said to me that you called me a cunt, and I say to them, yes, and I didn't say a good cunt. I said a cunt. So at the end of the day, don't be in a room with people like me going like, they're all wonderful guys, you're amazing, and then going like to Kane, they're all fucking knobs, by the way. I can't work with any of them.
Yeah.
I can't stand that
shit.
Danny, are you two-faced? Nah.
I cannot stand two-faced people. I just think it is the worst thing ever. There was a guy he's always on the Facebook comedy forum. I'm not going to mention his name, but I've never met him before, right? And someone says, I went, that guy's a dickhead. I've seen all the stuff he writes on the Facebook comedy forum, right? And they went, yeah, but if you meet him, he's a really nice guy. I said, that's even fucking worse. Do you know what I mean? He's on there, he's a keyboard warrior, and then you meet him. I'm like, fuck you, mate. If you're going to be a keyboard warrior, fucking say it to me face if you've got a problem. You know what I mean?
I think Danny and D are just really mellow.
Yeah, I get that vibe. There's like a calm exterior to them. That
they
even
were just really mellow people.
We could go on like a meditation retreat.
Imagine D just going, get your fucking ass up, get onto that yoga mat before I come in there and smash your fucking face in with Danny behind.
As well,
what fucking blueberry.
You call Richard Branson a cunt, and you will call him a cunt to his face if you meet him as well, which I think will be like, oh, amazing. And if I'm there, I'll do the same.
I was saying this.
Do it in unison. D, after 3. 1, 2, 3. Richard Branson, you're a cunt. You know what I mean?
There you go. Well, now I hope I'm not two-faced. I did come against a female. you get a lot of two-faced people. I just trust my 8 birds and my family. There's two-faced people, obviously, on the circuit. We're all on the circuit. We know this. And I did have an argument with one not too long ago, and she turned around and said, like she's been nice to me for years, and at the end of this argument, she turned around and said, "No wonder you've got no friends." And I was like, wow,
that's a nasty thing to say.
Wow. Yeah, she was trying to steal one of my gigs, and I'm the one that's a cunt. I'm not a cunt, I'm nice. I can barely support the one face, mostly just vacantly staring these days. That's lovely. Two-faced people, I like it. Let's go on to Esther. People who say,
oh, sorry, my children have literally just run into the room.
Fuck off, you cunts.
No.
Sky TV have fucked me right off, decided not to take payment or to say we can take £300 in one hit classes, and their super fast broadband is shite. Esther's homeschooling at the moment, and I'm the language teacher. I've just taught them new words to take back to school with them after lockdown. You're welcome. If you're watching at home, I love it. I love it when kids are in audiences and kids just turn up, because I can't hold back. If you're watching at home, then please share the link. Right. Go back to Esther. Esther, you all right, Esther? Yeah. What were we on? Everyone? No. People who say.
Yeah.
Parents want to volunteer to do some homeschooling via Zoom for your kids.
I'm a language teacher. People who say.
Fine, I've got headphones so they can hear that. Curious.
Esther.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't stand it. This has become like a real London thing of everyone going, "Yeah, I smashed her," instead of saying. Is that
what your husband said? Do you want me to smash?
My husband wouldn't, because he would be in a coma for the rest of his life. But I can't stand it, and I keep hearing it. I've heard it on TV now. I've heard teenagers saying it on the, when you're out and about. Yeah, and I smashed her, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with
Man
you?
in his little shits, get to bed, you cunts. Esther, what do you like to call it? What do if you say? Me and the husband had a bit of.
Just call it sex. I don't call it. Another word that is used a lot in London as well is beat. I beat her.
Beat her?
What?
Yeah. So these are words that I hear all the time, and they drive me mad. They're misogynistic terms, but it's fucking gross.
Danny, do you smash or beat Amy?
No. I bang her. She approves of that because she actually says bang me. So I have a cause for that.
Bang.
I have an argument to that. Yeah. Bang. She says bang me. So
okay, cool. D, you a smasher, a beater, or a banger?
I'm definitely a banger in Scotland. We're all bangers up here. No. Right, all the Scottish people tell Karen what being a banger is in Scotland. She's just called me a derogatory word. I hate the word. I pumped her. I'm not a fucking tire, mate. I'm not a fucking tire. You did not fucking pump me.
What does banger mean in Scotland?
Dafty, idiot. You're a banger. You're a dafty.
Oh, that's all right. I'm in East London and I'd slap anyone I heard say that, for God's sake. So what do you do, Dee? What do you just?
I make love.
No, I don't like that.
What,
if my husband was like, "We're going to make love tonight," you'd be like,
when I go to bed, have you seen Sean T? Sean T does the 25 minutes fucking workout that you're fucked. That's me.
Yes.
That's me.
I can't remember the last time I was fucked, screwed, banged, pumped, smashed. Made love just makes me cringe.
That's really
so we've all got our own terms to it. That's good. Whatever floats people's boats. If you're watching at home, please share the link so we can get more viewers. You can also join in with your comments. Jim's going to put the comments along the bottom, as you can see as we were going along. We're going to go back to one of let's go back to Danny's. Danny, one of yours. People who don't swear when it's okay to. Now, I know it's always okay to swear.
Yes.
So what times are you talking about? When do people think they can't
I'm
swear?
talking about a time when you're talking to a neighbour and they'll say like, "Hey, well, there was them lads and they kept jumping over the fence, you know. Oh, they peed me right off. Just say piss. Just say they pissed you off. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to cause a fucking war. It's not going to cause any riots. Just say piss, please, because there's nothing wrong with it. And when you say pee, it sounds like you're just watering down the fact that you want to say piss, but you're fucking suppressing yourself. Just say piss, please.
And then it also goes the other way, doesn't it? When people swear when they don't need to, or because some of us like me, it's just part of my vocabulary, and sometimes it just comes out. I don't do it on purpose. Sometimes it's there, but you see this especially in comedians when they're on stage, and I'll swear because it just comes out, and then somebody else will go on and they'll intentionally swear, and it gets really uncomfortable really quickly, and they really don't need to do it. Fanny, what do you think about that?
To be honest, I think what they should do is we should write a book called The Rules of Swearing, because swearing can enhance a joke, but then at the same time, when people are just swearing for the sake of it, then when they do swear to try and enhance the joke's just completely fucked then. Do you know what I mean?
We're on our last 5 minutes, so if you've got any questions, send them in. That would be lovely. Esther, do you swear a lot?
Yeah, I swear a lot on stage, but what annoys me is that I get told that, for example, well, you'll get this as well. You're on a lineup, and obviously you're the only woman, because let's face it, women aren't funny, so let's not have too many of them. Let's not have too many of them in a lineup. And a bloke will go out there, and you'll have like blokes doing rape joke, pedo joke, swear, and then you come on and you go, for fuck's sake, and then people are like, oh, that's a bit much, isn't it? Foul-mouthed woman, it's a bit shocking. And I have had a male comic come up to me afterwards and say, I don't think it's particularly ladylike to hear a lady swear. Like, well,
I got fired from a gig. I got fired from a gig for swearing, even though all the men did.
Yeah, see, I love following Keris. I love it when Keris is emceeing.
Yeah, when people come in and they go, oh, are we all right to swear and stuff today? And then they see I'm compare and they're like, it's all right, Keris.
Everyone normally say cunt, but tonight I'll make an exception. You know what I mean?
You did just call my children cunts, so I'm going to assume that you're all right with swearing.
Yeah. It just does come out. See, as much as cunt's a nice word in Scotland, cunt is my favourite word. I have a necklace with it on. I have a neon light that says cunt that's up in my living room. I just love the word, and I think it gets far too much like anger directed towards it when it's just a nice word.
It's quite a good word when you're angry, though, because it's cunt.
It is. We should all do a march about the word cunt. It's an acceptable word to say.
A term of endearment. Oh, what a cunt. See, I think said in this accent, I think it's all right. I'm like, I'll go into a gig and I'm like, oh, you're all a bunch of cunts. And they'll go, yay! And I'm like, oh. See, we're losing viewers now because I'm saying cunt too much. If you're watching this, please share it out so we get some more viewers. We've got a couple of minutes left. Let's see one more. I'm going to get one more topic from somebody. Let's go. Oh, fashion faux pas. Thank you, Joan. Thank you. Fashion faux pas, Esther. I know you've been talking about this week on another show of yours. What's your worst fashion faux pas? What's your bugbear? What do you see out on the street that gets your goat?
Guys who wear trousers and loafers and no socks.
Okay.
Yes.
There we go. There's the picture. See, I don't really know that. I mean, that'd be worse with a fucking sock, surely.
No, have trousers that are the right length and don't wear slip-on shoes with no socks.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, A, the stench of the feet after a night out?
Yep.
B, this is someone who's trying to make out that they are, I don't know, wealthy or smooth, which automatically makes me feel sick. So that is my bugbear.
A longer pair of trousers and a big sports sock or a trainer sock. You don't want to see the ankle. Do you not want to see the ankle?
Yeah, I don't want short trousers, like you've bought trousers that are too small, that are very tight, then with loafers and no socks. No, Nazareth knockabouts. I love. That's the new slang for tits, I reckon. Nazareth knockabout.
All right. D, fashion faux pas. What's your bugbear?
Yeah, my bugbear with fashion. I don't really have one.
No, I'm a massive. Now I will say this: it really annoys me when people diss Crocs because I am a Croc wearer. I have 10 pairs of Crocs. I love them to bits. I have those ones, those versions that are on the screen now.
That right there. Just as you mentioned that, I'm quite glad you said that because I fucking hate them.
And my mum, she's not two-faced. She's not two-faced.
My mum made me wear them every fucking summer, and I could hit around the head with them right now thinking about it. I get slagged. I was actually put in the bum. They're fucking horrible. And as for fucking swearing that you never asked me, as for fucking swearing when you're not supposed to fucking swear.
I didn't need to ask you.
I love swearing. That's why I get independent gigs and you can fuck the circuit anyway.
I wasn't going to ask you because I was like, I thought it was obvious. See, you're not a swearer, are you? Crocs, you can fuck off my Crocs. Is what I'm saying now. What's wrong with a waterproof shoe, one that doesn't slip, one that you can wipe clean? You can wear it in the garden. You can wear it as a slipper. You can wear it in the bedroom when you're pumping somebody. No.
It is a very adaptable show.
You can't wear it during sex.
I didn't get to talk much in this show. I'm going to talk.
When the defense of people
your mum scarred you for life.
I'll let Mike go. Let me have 2 seconds. Right,
right, we're going to go. Danny, just quickly.
Crocs are shit, and that's it.
Shut up! I'm gonna have fucking your internet going. Your internet will be coming off the wall because I'll be up there ripping out the wall. Danny, just quickly then, what do you not like? Fashion faux pas?
I don't like it, right, when blokes wear jeans and then they just walk around with no shoes and socks on. You've got to have socks on. Like, you know, when you were saying, like, with the shoes, you've got to have socks on, like, if you're going to wear jeans. It looks, but this may sound a bit sexist, but it looks okay on a woman to wear jeans and no socks, and you know what I mean? Because I think women have nice feet and men don't. So when men wear, you know, jeans with no socks, I'm like, put some fucking socks on, dirty bastard. And also going back to the Crocs, right? Crocs, right. Well, the thing is with Crocs, right, there's 2 arguments to this. I wouldn't personally wear them, but for the people who do, I actually took the piss out of someone who had a pair of Crocs on. We were on the beach, right? I went in the sea, so did they. And I was like, you bastard, you bastard. And I nearly fucking cut my feet, right? And I did actually cut the back of my foot for a stone. And they walked out and they were just like, I was wearing Crocs.
Here's my Crocs.
Toe shoes. Toe shoes.
I don't like them.
Right, anyway, we come to the end of Guess My Goat. We've suitably ended up on a good topic of Crocs. Some people are very annoyed about Crocs. D is very annoyed about Crocs. But those that have got Crocs have got the upper hand. It's lovely. Esther, thank you for being here. Have you got anything coming up that you can promote this week?
Yeah, just watch our online Pictionary with different comedians. Next one's on the 17th of June on Joke Pit.
Woo! Danny, Post Deal, thank you very much. Have you got anything to promote? Is he frozen just then?
Yeah, he's frozen.
He has. That's Richard Branson turning off his fucking internet now.
Yeah.
Danny, what are you doing this week?
What am I doing this week? I've got a quiz with Steph Ed on Sunday,
cool.
and then I've got a gig with Bobby Davro next Wednesday. It wasn't meant to be this Wednesday, just gone, but he was ill, so we're doing it this Wednesday.
Cool. D, thank you for being here in part. What have you got?
What have I got? I've got a hospital bed with my name on it to rock back and forward with a straitjacket.
I've got shit internet. But D's got loads of shows out there as well on here. Joke Pit Live, Comedy Hotspot. Have you got one tonight, D?
No, I've not. I've got a prayer with the Samaritans.
Yeah, and hopefully if she's still alive, I'm with her on Monday. I've also got another show tomorrow. So if you're watching, please keep watching and sharing the links. Thank you very much. This has been Gets My Go. Bye.
Oh.